Hey guys, be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram for extra content you won't see here. Click the links in the description below.
Hey, what's up guys? Eater94 back again here, bringing you another action figure review. Today we are finally looking at the Global Bee Toys SH Figuarts Vegetableman as it's displayed here, but they're technically for the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z line. This is a Chinese company, so they can't use the name Dragon Ball Z or SH Figuarts or whatnot. But we are finally getting some articulated Saibamen figures. And these aren't even official releases. We had to wait for a Chinese company to bring some out for us, and these look very promising, and I have been very excited, patiently waiting for these to come in the mail from China. Took forever, but they are finally here. Check out the boxes. You can see nothing too crazy. It's similar, but not similar to the official, SHF boxes. We got these Saibamen, the same picture on each one, but you can see here this is version 1 and version 2, or version A or B. You have to buy each set separately. On the side, nothing special here, and then the back shows the same picture. They both came crushed for me, nothing surprising there. So let's get them out the box and check these guys out. Alright, so here we have the 6 Saibamen all displayed. The left side is going to be your pack 1 or your pack A, and then your right side is your pack B. So you have to buy these separately. They're about roughly $50 each, so it's going to run you about $100 for all 6 figures. It's quite pricey, to be honest with you guys. Didn't expect it to be that high. When I saw the orders go up, I was a little surprised. But nonetheless, these are a lot better than the Saibamen that came with the Yamcha packed in. And yes, I was one of those fools that went ahead and army build that Saibamen with that Yamcha. So I went through the trouble of buying 6 Yamcha figures and reselling the Yamchas without the Saibamen. And all that for nothing now, because we have the definitive Saibamen now that we have the Global Bee Toys version of the figures. First and foremost, I just want to say how proud I am with these Chinese companies this past year, just pumping out accessories and figures of their own, for the SHF line. It's very impressive. You can see that they are fans of themselves, taking it into their own hands to produce some of the things that Tamashii themselves refuse to do sometimes. So this could have been easily something they could have done, I believe, in my opinion. They could have easily articulated these figures. Here's the one that came with Yamcha, and you can see he's just a little statue because he's not articulated at all. But I mean, if this Chinese company could do it, then the company that's been making these figures for how many years now could definitely have done that. I would have easily paid a little bit more for that Yamcha if this was what we were getting with him. They could have even released this pack themselves, a 6-pack of Saibamen. But they didn't, and Global Bee Toys did, so here we are. And this pack is fantastic, guys. It may be a little pricey, but it's going to be well worth it once you guys get it in hand and display it. Because not only do we get 6 Saibamen, we get 6 different looking Saibamen. They all have their own specific, unique facial expression. That's what makes this beautiful. Instead of just giving us one Saibamen with 6 separate heads to attach and making us buy 6 separate packs, I don't know, they packed it all into one pack, and each body has its own head, which is fantastic. Now, not only do they all have their own heads, but they all have separate feet, and these are all the same across the board for all of them. Just the feet curled up, the toes are curled up, so if you want to get them like flying away or they're in mid-air or whatever, then these are good for that. And here it is, so all of their feet look like this, or all their separate alternate feet. So that's pretty funny that they all came with alternate feet. You don't really see that much often. One of the cool pieces here is they went ahead and added some effect pieces, which is nice because it's not just a pack of Saibamen. We get a little bit of extra with it, so that makes the value go up a little more. It makes you feel better about spending that 50 on that pack. We get an explosion, and this is cool. Even though it's not colored, it's just clear. It's nice because this one you can place the Saibamen head here and the hand, making it look like he's getting blown up. So what you do is take this guy specifically, since he is yelling here, and we can take a look at him now since he's right here in front of us. He is screaming here, and that's pretty cool. Pop the head off here, and then the head just lays on top here. So put it right there, and then there you go. There's no peg or anything. It just lays there because obviously you're going to have this explosion laying flat on the floor, so it's not going to fall out. And the next thing you do, you take off the hand. You can see there is a peg here, and then there is a peg hole on the explosion piece. That pegs in there. That makes the scene complete because he looks like he's reaching out, and it looks like it's not just the head in there. So I like this a lot. Very impressed by that. Now, not only does it come with this effects piece, we also get a little bottle here, and this is actually meant to be the bottle that Nappa uses to plant the seeds for the Saibamen and grow them from the ground. I do wish it wasn't clear or transparent because it's not like this from what I remember on the show, or they could have at least added in some seeds inside, make it a little detailed. But is that asking for too much? I don't know. But I think it's cool that they added that. Nice attention to detail. Goes back to where I was saying that these things are made by fans. You know, you can tell because they look, great, and we get stuff like this. Alright, so going back to the exploding Saibaman, I put him back on his body. And one thing I do notice here before we get to the articulation of this figure is the only thing that's not articulated on this guy is the wrist. You can swivel it, but you can't hinge it. They didn't add a hinge, which they could have done that easily. I mean, they added a hinge everywhere else, but these are just pegs. So kind of sucks, but what can you complain about when you have a fully articulated Saibaman here? And I gotta say, guys, the quality is nice. I mean, this, if I didn't know any better, this would have been made by Tamashii in my eyes. I would have seen this and I would have been like, wow, Tamashii made these Saibamen figures because they're fantastic. They're really nice. I mean, once you get them in hand, you guys can see, and then you can see here that it's not shaded. It's fine though. I think I'm okay with that. You can go ahead and shade it yourself if you would like. But I did see one on Facebook just today, and he overdid it. He put too much, black wash, and it was just too much for me. But I'm fine the way it is. Maybe a little, like the lightest amount of shading would have been cool. But I can't really complain. Anyways, let's continue here. So the head will swivel, and this is going to be the same for every figure here. Nothing is different. So I'm just going to go through one here. So it's going to swivel left and right. They look up. So as you saw, it was just a ball joint. There's no hinge. They will look down on that ball joint. So whatever a ball joint can do, you can see there, moves around like that. And I do like how the paint is applied on this guy. Very clean. The arms will go forward here. So you can pose it forward, and there is a hinge on that arm, so you can put it in and out this far, so there's good range on that here. There is no bicep swivel. Could have added it, but that's okay. The elbows will hinge, so about a 90-degree bend here, and it will swivel at the elbow. And then, like I said, the wrist only swivels there, unfortunately. As for the torso, we get a waist swivel, which is very nice. So that swivels, it bends forward and back a little bit, so you can see how that moves forward and back. It's not too much, but it's something. The legs are on just ball joints. You can actually pop these off and see they're just ball joints here. Put it right back in, so it'll go forward pretty far and back. So you get some pretty cool poses out of this guy, for sure. Right here. So forward and back, in and out. Look how far he can spread the legs. And then we get the thigh swivel here. So a lot of range of motion for just the ball joints there. Not too bad. There's a bend at the leg that goes further beyond a 90-degree. So that's very nice. It actually doesn't swivel, at least for this one, on the knee, which you would think it would. But this one at least does not want to swivel for me. The ankles are also articulated. We got the hinge there going forward and back. And then we get an ankle pivot, and you can also swivel the ankles there. And also you can actually bend the legs forward if you want to break his leg. It does go forward too. But overall, I mean, I am extremely impressed with the fact that they articulated this small figure. No more excuses for Tamashii on their small figures. You know, that Chatsu should have been articulated, you know. Maybe that's something they could do next. This company is Chatsu. You know, some of the figures like that I know Tamashii probably won't ever do. Anyways, let me stop talking. Let's move forward with the others. Next up, here is just a normal smirking face on this guy here. So that looks good. Again, it's the same articulation. So we don't need to run through it again. There's the back. The sculpt is, I mean, great. And then here is the next one. We have a more angry face. This one's showing the teeth. Good detail in the paint is applied nicely. Very impressed by that. Going on to the next. This one is more of a smirk or a smile. So compared to the last one, they're both smiling here, but you see the difference. And then we have the nervous one. This one's funny to me. I like this one a lot. He is sweating. They actually added the sweat onto his face. He's looking to the side. He is very scared right now. I love this face expression. Very cool. And then lastly, one of the coolest ones is the one with the head open here, and this is great because coming along with the other explosion effect, we get the effect that comes on the head here. You can actually have him spraying the effect. Once you apply it, there is a peg hole inside the head, and then this comes spraying out. So let's see how this goes in. Let's see. There you go. So that's not too hard. That gets applied fairly easy, and again, it's just a clear plastic. I actually can't remember what color it's supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure it's clear. So I did see somebody, I can't remember who, they actually painted this effect green for some odd reason. I guess they couldn't stand the fact that it was clear. But actually, if you look at a screenshot, which I just looked up just to confirm, it's pretty accurate. I mean, it is just straight up white in the anime. So instead of just making it just white, they made it transparent, which is okay. I'm sure that's what it is. So that's cool. I like how they actually just paid attention to this one scene. Also going back to that point I made about it being made by fans, because who else will think of this? You know, especially when it's not coming from an official release. You know, this is awesome. It really is. I like this a lot. So we get those two effects just right there. Each pack has its own effect. The number 2 pack has this one, and then the number 1 has the explosion effect. And I'm sure you could use this with other setups whenever you pose your figures. Alright, so let's check them out next to some other figures. I want to throw in first, very odd, but I want to put a small figure in, the Spider Ham from the Marvel Legends wave, just to get you guys a sense of height there. And of course, I'm going to throw in the official release of the Saibamen here, and check that out. I mean, he's shorter because he's bending his knees, but again, this figure, I didn't really go through it because I guess we all should know what he looks like or how he is, but he is like 90% static. He's not moving. He only moves the arms like this, and the head will swivel on this guy. That's it. That's all we got from the official release. Isn't that insane? But there you have it. There's a difference, huge difference in my book. So there's that. And then checking out a normal scale figure, we got to get Yamcha. He's the best friend of the Saibamen here. And there you go. And then we'll throw in Super Saiyan God Goku, just because this is one of the older figures in the line. And then lastly for DBZ, let's get him next to the Vegeta. This is the Majin Vegeta body, and the I think this is the Scouter Vegeta head on that body. I was gonna see the demonical fit, but it's not. This is the official release head on that. So there's Vegeta, and then next to some other bigger figures, just because. Here is the Mezco 112 Steve Rogers. The shield does not want to stay on. There you go. He is out of frame now because he's just that tall. Here is a Irwin Toys Hercule, Mr. Satan, just in case you guys wanted to see that one. Why not? And then we are going further beyond. This is to go further beyond the randomness. Here is a NECA Ninja Turtle out of sight once again, but you can just see how tall or how short these guys are. Alright, you know what? I lied. back to Dragon Ball. Here we have a Krillin. This is the Dragon Ball version of Krillin. A much shorter figure than the actual Dragon Ball Z Krillin. And you can see here how he is next to the Saibamen. Next up, we got the Scouter Vegeta 2.0. So this makes more sense because this is the one of the people that used the Saibamen in this scene here. So we got the Scouter Vegeta, and then lastly, about to get blown up, we have the Nappa right here, and he does have his legs spread open, so you can just see how massive he is, which is good. So it's a good scale overall. Sorry, for these Saibamen being so little, and we can throw in our Chatsu, which is a nice little cool piece, even though he's another static figure. He hugs the back of Nappa, which is very nice, very cool feature of Tamashii to do. I just want a articulated Chatsu eventually, so somebody make one and I'll be happy. I want to be able to show that he can hold the seeds, or the bottle that hold the seeds in his hand. You gotta use this specific hand. It's the only like grabbing hand he has, and it fits actually decent. I mean, that's a good, I mean, it's almost like it was made for that. Yo, check this out. I killed one of them already. One of the arms snapped right at the peg. So that's broken, but I guess this is a good use for a dead Saibaman now with the arm flying out or something. So I think I'm going to swap the head on this guy with this one. But lucky enough for me, I do have another set coming, so I'm not too upset about this. And I guess I could just use it as a dead body on the floor with some limbs flying around or laying on the floor. So I'm not too upset, but I would say be careful. Just, you know, with any figure, I guess, be careful. But since these are so small, the pegs are so small, they're extra fragile, I guess. I have no problem with these. I can bend these around just fine. They don't break. So I guess it was just my luck this time around, but still be careful. And bam, that's gonna do it for the review of the SH Figuarts Global B Toys Vegetableman Packs A and B versions 1 and 2, however you want to call it. This is the Figuarts articulated Saibamen figures. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. These guys are here ready to go under the command of Nappa, going to defend their fallen brethren here that fell due to an attack from Yamcha. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I doubt it. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Leave a like if you did. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you have not done so already, guys. As always, have a great day. Bye.